On the final, CBU wins it here today to end 2015 at 6-6 on the year, an even 500. And now joining me is the head coach of the Buccaneers, Mike Nienaber. And Coach, 500. You battled back. You got there to end the year, and boy, an impressive offensive showing today.
Well, I mean that we have won games, and this is people that know me as a coach would laugh to hear this, especially my high school coaching buddies, that we have won games with our defense. And again, if there's some high school coaches in Cincinnati laughing right now if they're listening, but we've won games with and on top of it, not zone. It's been good man-to-man defense that has carried us and through some really rough offensive performances. And I think Eddie said it in the locker room. He said, guys, we make shots. That's when we're up 20. I mean, because we're getting the defensive stops and we were getting good looks, and the threes were falling early, which helped us build that lead. But then, we got a little sloppy against the press, which we seem to handle the pressure pretty well when the games are close, and sometimes we get a little careless, but we're getting better. And I think that's the key thing that I told him in the locker room after. I said, we have so much improvement to make offensively, and we're better. A lot of the guys that haven't been shooting well individually are much better shooters than they've shown to this point. And as those things come together, and then the other thing, of course, major thing, the two key positions. Adam D-Ball played an amazing game, and Jeff Larkin, I thought, played one of his best games of the year. So when your point guard's playing that well, and you're five, and they're distributing the ball, the thing about Adam that I'd even forgot about when he was putting up numbers early, and he's, people around the league are starting to realize how good he is, and he's getting trapped and doubled and even tripled at times, and he's never really played that much in the low post. He was not the low post guy on his high school team, so he's been doing this for a little over a month and a half now, pushing 2. How much better he's going to get as he gets more and more comfortable catching that ball inside and reading, and he's made, he's had a ton of assists over the last 3 or 4 games. He had 5 or 6 tonight, 6 tonight. So that's one big thing. The second thing is, offensively, we probably got more backdoors tonight than we have in a while. And that was there because when they were pressing and pressuring, and really the one thing that kept us at double digits in the first half, when we finally did handle the press, we got 2 or 3 layups when we busted it because they were overextended. They were playing more aggressively. So when teams get aggressive like that and start jumping passing lanes, you got to, you're running Princeton, you got to get those back doors and force them to loosen off of you.
The threesome of Larkin, D-Ball, and Hildreth, just some numbers for you. 24 out of 37, 65 points, 9 out of 16 from three-point range, 22 rebounds, 12 assists, 6 blocks, and 2 steals. If you can get 3 guys doing those types of numbers, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, and I think we said it after one of the last games, and maybe it was the last time you were here, when Drew's making threes, the world's a better place. And they're early, when Drew was hitting, he hit 2 or 3. He may have hit all 3 of them there.
Yeah, he hit first 3.
In the early. And that's what helped build our lead. That's what got us that double-digit lead, which we flirted with and gave up a couple of times, but we were able to pretty much maintain throughout the game.
You talked about Larkin, too, and very efficient tonight. 10 out of 16 from the field, 23 points, 7 rebounds. He got in there. He was one to get a lot of those backdoor cuts. A very efficient performance, which is what you look for at a point guard.
He did. He played more like a point guard tonight. I think
0 turnovers.
And that's major because he has, I think, and hopefully where we can talk about this as we move forward for him. We talked about it after we beat West Alabama, and he got in foul trouble that game and didn't get to play as many minutes. But they were, again, very efficient minutes. And our coaches were talking about it. They said, with Jeff, less is more. When he's not trying to force things that aren't there, he let the shots come to him. His three-point shots, for the most part, were the inside outs where Adam kicked it back out. We got a couple of them for him on out-of-bounds plays, but they were all the open where he was planted and his man was helping off and the ball came back to him. The kind of threes that he hit all last year. He hasn't shot as well this year as he did last year, because I think he's been trying to do more, which Jeff's a smart kid. He understands we don't have Trey Casey out there anymore.
Yeah.
We don't have Ryan Fleming. He needs to do more, but I think at times he's trying to do too much, and I think that's where he's gotten in trouble the first half. But tonight, again, I think efficient is the word. He just did what you look for a point guard to do: take the shots when you're open, and the rebounding and stuff like that is just icing on the cake.
And one guy, he didn't shoot the ball well. Tyler Estep, 2 of 8 for the field, but you look at 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and he brought a lot of energy early on tonight.
No doubt. I mean, that's the thing. And normally a guy that's struggling, and Tyler, you're right, Tyler's really struggling with his shot, and I mean even struggling at the foul line. And normally when you've got a 2 guard that's struggling, in a Princeton offense, when you got a 2 guard struggling with his shot, you're looking to get him out pretty quick. But he's just doing so many other things. Like you said, he's bringing so much energy. He's always guarding one of their best players. Cody's the same way. Cody very efficient, only took 3 shots. And Cody's actually been making free throws. He was 1 for 3 tonight. He actually shot a technical for us down in Alabama that helped ice the game. So Cody's been good at the foul line. He didn't have much falling tonight, but both of those guys, what they did defensively and what they have done defensively is why they're in the game. In fact, I got the last time out, the first time I just called time and did a quick rotation. But the last time I said I want to talk to them, so I called them in. I said, guys, there was only a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, but I said, I want you to play defense. There's guys over here that are playing ahead of you because of defense. Don't turn them loose. Don't let them go on an 8-0 run here in the last minute. And they didn't. They went in and maintained the game where it was and played well. But you're right. Cody and Tyler both are kind of like bookends. They're not traditional 2-3 type players for us in the Princeton offense. Usually we've got guys that are dead on 3-point shooters, and it's been an adjustment. It's been an adjustment for me, recognizing, we talked about it before the game, that this was the team that has been playing the best for us. And early we were using Tyler and Cody subbing for each other, hoping one of them would get hot, and we had Drew playing the 3, and Charlie, was starting at the 4. And Charlie's just struggling. We're still trying. I tried to get him a shot at the end of the first half, and they closed on him a little quick. That's been one of the most frustrating, because Charlie's such a good kid and he works, and he's going to get it. I mean, we're going to find him the opportunities. I think it may be some night when somebody zones us more, because we get this man offense going. He's going to get that night, and that he's going to help us win a game before this is over by stepping in and doing what he's done for us the previous 2 years.
Well, you'd been off for basically 12 days. Now in the next 10 days, 4 games. 4, so it's going to get really
next 5.
It's conference play from here on out.
Right.
It comes up Saturday, Valdosta State, then Monday with West Florida. So then you got Thursday, Saturday. So it gets really busy here, and an important stretch because you got some home games coming up here.
Yeah, and that was the thing that killed us last year, is we didn't win the home. We didn't take care of business in this building. It was the worst year we've had at home in over 10 years, in a decade. If we had won games at home last year, we'd have been right in the mix for the conference championship and would have been in the NCAA tournament. And just not winning games in this building, and of course now we're a younger team. Every night is going to be a struggle, but if we can figure it out, if we can keep playing like we did for the most part today, going into this home stretch, we got a chance to really put ourselves in a nice spot before, I think I told you before, we've got 9 of the next 12, counting today, 9 of the next 12 games at home. If we can take care of business, because we're going to pay for that at the tail end. I think 4 of our last 5 are on the road, but we'll be in pretty good shape going into those last 5 if we can hold down the fort.
You said before the game that your Christmas holiday was a lot better than your Thanksgiving holiday. Your New Year's holiday is even better.
Well, it's good, and hopefully by MLK Day we'll really be sitting good. Hopefully we'll be really sitting good.
And by Valentine's Day, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And St. Patrick's Day. We'll keep going.
Absolutely.
We'll keep going.
Coach, congratulations. Happy New Year to you.
You too. Thanks a lot, Eli.
That's Mike Nienaber joining us here as his Bucs win it tonight by a final score of 79-61.